Operencia, the Stolen Sun. So this is a dungeon crawler game, okay? And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a genre that I do kind of enjoy. It's not my favorite genre, but I do enjoy one. Sometimes I get in the mood for one really bad, and Operencia pulls off that it's still fresh and new without actually changing a whole lot as far as what a dungeon crawler is, and that's kind of okay with me. You know, sometimes you'll think to yourself, I think they could have innovated this a little more, went a step further, etc. But it pulls it off. It's definitely a great, awesome, fun dungeon crawler RPG. So let's talk a little bit about what makes up the game, etc. First of all, first thing you want to know about this game is it's not procedurally generated. They did handcraft this world, and much respect for that. The procedurally generated worlds get a little old to me. You know, I know that there's something generic about them. When someone handcrafts dungeons, in my opinion, I think that they're a lot better, and I usually enjoy them more. There's also, I gotta mention when I'm talking about that the puzzles in the game are pretty freaking cool. Definitely something I really enjoyed, and definitely had to work my brain muscles a little bit, which I certainly appreciate. So apparently I looked into the company that made this game, and this is pretty new to them. Obviously they are fans of this kind of genre, the dungeon crawling and RPG aspect, but it doesn't look like they've done anything like that before, so I gotta give them a definite high five for that, because it looks like they've done a very good job. I do also like that the movement in the game, yes, it is grid based, you press forward and it's like, you know, it's not like you're actually first person shooter style walking through the dungeons. That would be a great step in the right direction. It is grid based, but you can look around freely, so you can kind of move the camera around however you want. That does definitely make it a little bit cooler, and it feels a little bit more free. It feels like you're off the chains a little bit, and I definitely appreciated that. And also, I gotta mention that they didn't just do that just for aesthetic reasons. There's things in the game that you need to look around like that in order to interact with them, or etc. So, you know, puzzle solving, things like that. So they didn't just put in there for aesthetic reasons. There's actually a good mechanic-wise purpose for it. As far as the graphics, I think they look really good. I think they're definitely a high-level, awesome quality, and the dungeons themselves are super detailed. I really liked all the artwork that went into the character designs, especially these monsters, man. There's some really cool ones. I really loved it. The animation I thought was spot on. The effects that you do sometimes look a little cheesy, but for the most part they look pretty good. I thought it looked like a current gen game. It definitely felt like that to me. It's got all the things you would expect when you're out, you know, in the world fighting things, such as, you know, if you attack it from the front or the back, like you can get up behind them and just, you know, get the advantage, the leg up on that fight, that kind of thing that you would expect. You also got different skills and different abilities and things that actually are better against certain types of enemies, etc. So you get a lot of strategy going on. As far as leveling up your characters, you got talent points, and it works very well to enhance your characters and up their stats and get boosts and that kind of thing with points. You've got tools you can bring into the dungeon to kind of make the dungeon seem even cooler and find extra treasures, things like that, stuff like a shovel, so you can kind of dig up some special spells or hidden things out in the dungeon, and that was something very cool that I enjoyed. And when you first start the game, actually for a long time into the game, it's going to be very level based, like from this area to the next area to the next area. Once you get to a certain point in the game, though, you will be able to fast travel to any of the locations you had been to before. There is a bit of backtracking to go back, like I said before, and check out the dungeon in more depth, or bring a tool with you to maybe get some extra treasure, that kind of thing. Just remember that they are handcrafted dungeons. They're not procedurally generated, so you got to keep that in mind when you're backtracking through them, and to me that makes it more enjoyable. It's a very big game, lots to enjoy, lots to explore, lots of very hard, challenging bosses in my opinion. And I'm just gonna say that the dungeons are just so interesting and full of detail, and you want to explore them, and there's so many secrets and things like that that you really want to see it all, and that really makes it something cool. Now, as far as the combat in the game, it is definitely turn-based, okay guys? As turn-based as it could possibly get. I love turn-based RPGs with the strategy and everything. That's fun to me. I can do that all day, every day. It's never probably ever going to get old to me, but I do understand there's people who want something different, and you're not going to find that here, not in this game. This is very strict, basic, turn-based combat. Now, it's very reactive. It feels good. You know, as soon as you do an ability, it quickly, you know, real fast does it. You know, there's no pause or anything like that. It doesn't feel like it's wasting your time. I know in a lot of turn-based RPGs, it feels like they're dramatically wasting my time for things to happen on the screen after I've told it what I want to do. This game, I did not feel like that at all. I felt like it was very fast-paced, straight to the point, and reacted to what I wanted it to do quickly. Now, when we're going to talk about the combat, we got to go back and start talking about these bosses, because they can be freaking hard, okay? Like, take you several times and learn each time something, like, oh, let me try this, let me think about that, and doing strategies and using skill. I definitely believe that the boss battles are kind of the epitome of showing you that kind of gameplay and making you realize the fun of a turn-based RPG. I've seen that a lot of people are very aggravated, I guess you could say, with the puzzles in the game. I thought they were really cool. I enjoyed them. Yes, I got completely, you know, I completely missed details and things like that and had to, you know, kind of run around a little bit, but I didn't mind exploring, and when I came back to it and figured it out or what have you, I thought it was fun. It made me feel good, and it rewarded me, and it really made me feel like I'm some kind of genius when I would figure something out. And they're not easy, I would definitely say that. I never felt like it was, like the game was specifically doing a puzzle that was beyond the possibility of me figuring out. I know there's games like that where it's just like, how would anybody ever know to do this? I didn't feel like that in my time with this game. The game has a feel of adventure. It feels like you're out on an adventure with your crew, with the people you bring with you, which you can switch out and things. There's spots in the game where you can kind of mix up who's coming along with you. So you can kind of plan that, you know, after, you know, you can kind of plan like, okay, I'm going to this specific area and I want to bring this specific classes, or however you want to think of it. Some of the voice acting is horrendous, I'll be honest. It's terrible sometimes, but sometimes it's stellar. It's just hit or miss with the voice acting in this game, to be honest. Now, I never played a dungeon crawler for the story ever in my life, but there has been some with good stories in there, and it's nice when it's in there. So this one does have a pretty good story. It's got a lot of funny moments, it's got serious moments, it feels original, and it does the job. I mean, it didn't blow my mind, let me put it that way, but it felt real, and it felt like it needed my investment of time, and like there was some reward for pushing further in the game. So that's good enough in my opinion. I did get a chance to check the game out on Xbox One and PC, and I think it looks great on both. I think if you got an Xbox One, that's how you want to play this game, by all means do it. I do, you know, the PC version was obviously just a bit superior, but the Xbox One version looked great. So I do think this is a good game. I do not think it's for everybody. If you like dungeon crawlers, I see absolutely no reason you wouldn't enjoy this. So if you're looking for a new dungeon crawler RPG, or if that sounds like something interesting to you, you've never played one before, go ahead. It's a great option in my opinion. It's not the best game of the year. It's not really breaking any new ground or anything like that, but it is a dungeon crawler and it's a good one. So if that's what you want, here it is, Operencia: The Stolen Sun on Xbox One and PC. I hope this review was able to help you out make a decision if you should buy it or if it's for you or not for you, and I hope you joined the channel. If you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so, especially if you're interested in RPGs, old school MMOs, and especially if you're interested in Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, because that's a huge portion of my content. Guys, thanks for joining me today, and until next time, God bless and happy gaming. Please listen to what I say. I've been making videos all day. My friends all say I'm it's a video buffet. You can even hit replay. But please just subscribe. I can't even describe being part of my tribe. I'll even offer you a prize, but just please just subscribe. and hit the bell notification to